back to another stream. We've partnered up with MDA Demon. So for everyone who wants to get good insights about how the player pool plays and how to exploit the pool, just take a look and you also get 10% off with the link in the description. With that being said, let's jump straight into the action. We're going to play 2 tables for maximum focus and high quality play. Okay, against the shove, I think here we just reshove, nothing we can do actually because he's also shorter. Snap call by him. Here when he calls, definitely I want to 4-bet much more often than call. Okay, and when he raises we just fold here, totally fine. I could also check the flop or check the turn, so a lot of options available. This guy seems to be a recreational. We'll open the button much wider. And we just let him make mistakes when betting. Yeah, against half pots we just station and call down. Yeah, he just bluffs. Nice. Still gonna value bet this one. He has a lot of pair plus flush draw hands or some flush draw hands that we call. And river basically will check. He goes for the check raise on the turn. Even though he seems tight, I don't see myself folding this one. And here when he goes for the 1/3, actually this is interesting. Do I want to jam this one? Is he really like so weak that he just uses a get one? Yeah, I will call this time. I mean, I'm okay. He just bluffs and okay, no problem. It's not bad. C could just be range betting. I think this is a fine raise. We'll just like a, I will just use like a smaller size. Planning to give up on a lot of turn. I mean, not give up because it's a value slash equity denial check raise. Here he calls the flop. We check back. Yeah, against a quarter, I think it's just a call this hand. Yeah, I'll just not bluff my hand. I think he will station me with a lot of disperse, so I don't think I have great fold equity there on the river. Here I will call decent amount of the time the 4-bet. We are up against a decent aggressive regular. That's not the board we want to see. I think on this board I can get away with over c-betting his snap raises, so yeah, totally gonna fold, no problem. Yeah, against 2x open I will literally defend any 2 here because I just have the odds. Queen 10, especially with a heart in my hand, I will just overbet here. Yeah, and I now think that even though he might have king, queen, king, jack, I think those might raise the flop. So I don't think I'm blocking his calling range, so I think I will just give up this combo here. Totally reasonable. Yeah. He might just have called the river with this combo. Yeah, I will call here and set mine basically. Low frequency 3-bet, RNG very low, we'll go for it. about All In Baby, I know him. He's a cool guy. As a poker player, I think he has a pretty solid thinking process. Maybe overfolding a bit in some nodes, or yeah, I think this should be like I mean he's quite solid. But what he got caught with, I know that those guys on WPT Global, they caught him because he had maybe some ranges opened, which is, I mean, it's nothing basically, it's not cheating. But I don't know why he deleted everything, because I've seen that his content is deleted, but I don't know why. So what they caught him with? But as a player, he's quite solid. Yeah, maybe just overfolding, or I think he's following MDA too, like some MDA stuff too much, like range betting too much in some spots. But otherwise, he's kind of a solid player. Okay, this guy stabs ace 9. We block pocket aces. We block pocket 9s, 10-9. He could have also draws here. Pretty high VPIP. I think I'm gonna call. And yeah, on the river, think we'll see. Ace 4 gets there, it's true, but still 6-7 misses, 7-8 misses, diamonds miss. A lot of missed draws here. Here we'll just 4-bet. And he bets also big on the flop. No time bank. Yeah, I'm gonna call this time. Yeah, we snap call. Okay, jacks, that's fine. Here going half pot range, I think it's fine. Yeah, so about him, yeah, I also don't think he was cheating. Yeah, that, like it's this kind of preflop ranges that, yeah, in the beginning of my career, to be honest, like 3-4 years ago, when I was just learning the ranges, I was playing, and yeah, I was using the ranges like on my wall or stuff like this, or I have them printed on papers, which I think it's the only way to learn the ranges. I mean, you just play and watch the ranges when you are not sure in a spot. So yeah, because otherwise, how you can practice? Maybe, yeah, you can practice with GTO Wizard. You can use the drills, but otherwise, how can you? How is it possible for you to learn them just by playing and applying them? And yeah, I don't think it's cheating. So yeah, probably they banned him for no reason. But I don't know why he got down all his content. I'm not sure. Here the hand with aces, yeah. When he snap jams, I don't think that this is a very comfortable spot, but he can still have ace king, king queen in this spot when it was played like that. So yeah, I think it's a call there. He checks on the king. I think I'll just take my showdown here, because I mean, I'll just okay, he checked jams. Yeah, he's super tight. I don't expect here to be good ever, so I'm just gonna check back. I'm just gonna check fold. here I think his range is too strong here, so I will get called here too often here. Yeah, definitely his range is too strong. Smelled it. Here, pocket tens, we can go for the check raise, check call. Still gonna check. I mean, I want to give him the occasion to bet. Yeah, and we just raise this one. Bit big, so to set up the river gem. Flop the nuts here. Starting off with a stab. Start off with a check here. Here I don't think it's a problem to have an overbet range, and I think to overs with a spade it's okay. And here on the river, against a non-overbet size, I would raise this one. And as played, I think I will just bet, give him the opportunity to raise with a hand like 8-7 maybe. Or with some bluff. I don't think I want to use it. Maybe I could have an overbet size actually, in theory, but yeah, I prefer just to use a 3/4 pot size bet. He's also stationing me quite a lot, so don't mind. And we've reached 100 followers. So happy. So on this hand, I think it illustrates Okay, here I think I can bet with pocket tens. An important concept. So when on this kind of run out, when I expect all his bluffs to bet the turn, when he checks the turn, he's super value heavy, I would say, and it means that I will not have a fold equity, especially not on the turn, and also not on the river. I think like in this line, so I expect all his bluffs to bet at some point, and when he checks he either has a trap or some high showdown value hand that will check call. So yeah, like 10x, pocket jacks, pocket queens, they will probably never fold. So yeah, I think here is no reason in betting, even though probably in theory it's a mandatory bluff either on the turn or on the river. So yeah, I think this is a good spot to just give up and yeah, be happy that the flush didn't came on the river. Pocket nines for the c-bet. Snap bet half pot. It could just be a range bet. Just gonna call this deep. I don't think I wanna do too much raising on the flop. And on this run I'll probably just overbetting because he can still have a hand like ace jack, jack 10, king 10, king 9 that can call. So yeah, I don't mind the flush coming in. If he has a flush draw, probably he will just barrel the turn very often. And yeah, I need to bet the river there. I don't want to just let him check back with jack x. So going for the check raise is not an option, and for the size I can use multiple sizings on the river. Yeah, just try to pick the exploitative size to get the most value. Here above the river with the ace of hearts, like going something like 2x spot, I think it's fine. Aggressive regular, very likely to get raised on this board, so we're just gonna start with a check. Because I think that he's sticky, I will just check and try to realize my equity. Maybe bluffing the river against pocket fives. Pocket fives, pocket sevens, 6x, 4x, yeah. I think it's fine to bet the river. I think he will fold those now on this particular run out. Here we have a mix between calling and 4-bet. This time we'll go for the 4-bet. Out of position I like to 4-bet more than call. We just take the initiative. I think here if I bet 1/3, I'll make the under pairs indifferent. I mean jacks and tens, and this is the size I want. Because if I get half pot, I'll have an easy fold. Here I think my hand can still go for the triple barrel. And river is still gonna value bet my jack. This is quite alarming, to be honest. I will give up here, only call ace queen probably. I think the ranges are too strong here. Nice, he calls me down. nice hand to go for the overbet here. And this deuce is kind of interesting here. He still has some queen X of spades, but I still think I have to go for the 3/4. He still has queen 9, queen 3, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll just go for the bet here. Nice. Yeah, I will not continue this turn. I will continue on a 9, maybe on a jack, on a spade here. I'm not sure if it's a good 3-bet, like check raise on the flop here, but he just bets like a quarter pot, so like he could just be range betting, so he will have tons of bet folds. And here I think actually I can have an overbet on this one. I'll have a plenty of 9 jack here. I'm blocking his king and king 9, so going for the overbet seems reasonable in this spot. So even though we have some give ups, I mean my hand I will give up probably most of the time. We still the door is still open for some bluffs on the river on certain runoffs like that one, like 4 to straight and yeah, stuff like this. Jack 9. This board I will play 3/4 or check against a good regular, and he's a good one. So here on the flop we'll just go for the 3/4 with this hand. And if he calls, basically on the turn we'll play, probably on a brick turn we'll play shove or check. Okay, this turn I think it's a shove. My hand, I think it's a shove. Here this deep, probably I want to check raise more often because I want to build a pot when he has king queen diamonds, king jack diamonds, king 10 diamonds, jack 10 diamonds. So when he has this kind of diamonds that can, I mean, that we can get called by when we check raise bet and bet the river. Here, pocket tens. I think we can go for the call in position this deep against an aggressive guy. Pocket tens and pocket jacks, I will call. We are deep enough, so when I get the set, I will just cover him. He checks. I think I'm also going for the check here. This guy, I expect his range to be pocket sixes through pocket jacks most of the time. Heart, which is interesting here. He snap checks. The question is, do I want to bluff my hand? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I can still check and win at showdown. He can still have king queen, king jack, stuff like this. Here I guess the quarter I will still fold. He goes half pot here, which is interesting, so yeah, I think because he bets multi-way and he's a super tight reg, I will just give up here and yeah, just fold. I think it's reasonable. Flop, check call. Turn, do we want to lead? I think leading 1/3 with... Do I want to lead with my entire range? Do I want to lead with some part of my range? I think just with some part of my range, but I think queen 5 is not there. Because if I'm leading with a queen, I want to lead with a strong one to get value from the worst ones. And here, turn is again a call. He can have hands like flush draws, 9 jack, 9 10, jack 10. That we can like he will give up on the river. And here we just go for the value bet on the river, and even if he check gems, I will call because he's good enough to just take like 9 jack suited or jack 10 suited and just bluff it. So yeah, just bet and bet calling. Always nice to flop a straight against a fish. He quickly checks back. I'll try to check raise again. He might be delay stepping too often. Against him, yeah, I'll pick a size that allows him to call some 9x, some 8x, some, yeah, like 7x. And the river probably, like when he snap calls, I think he's very likely to snap call on the, to call me on the river. And I think that a bunch of his range is also like flush draws, but some of the flush draws have the queen in them, so yeah, I'll just go for the shove here for Maxwell. Okay, snap fold, probably just a flush draw. I cannot play check shove there because I expect his range to be a bunch of hands that maybe will just give up on the river. Ace 4 suited can go both ways, like 4-bet or call. I think yeah, running like RNG big, I'll just call. It is a great turn. I will continue barreling on this one. Probably triple barreling. He goes for the small size. I think against the small size I will just call because when the ace hits and he has ace king, will take much more money. Then yeah, raising here does not make too much sense. And here we'll jam the river. We block pocket 3s, he can fold pocket 7s, pocket 9s, ace 10. I'm blocking ace 10 folds, so we just go for the triple here, no problem. Okay, he calls ace 10. Here he still barrels the turn. And river, it's super good. Now we beat all his overpairs. I try to go for the check raise here with the turn set. Here with ace 3, I expect him to fold 10x. He also has king 10 here that can fold. I mean, probably I prefer to bet on a king or to bluff on a river king, but I still think it's good because maybe I should bet the turn a bit smaller, like 18, to allow him to bet bigger, but yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, nice to hear. Nice to hear. I thought you were not going to play in your vacation, but I'm happy that it's going well. I also had a decent upswing lately. Like I think two tabling I won like 10 or 12 stacks probably. So yeah, two tabling seems much profitable. I mean, of course I ran pretty good, but in the same time I think that my focus is much better on two tables. Here, yeah, I still think I have to call this one. And on the river, we'll have a decision. But probably against under the gun triple barrel, even though he's an aggressive player, I think I have to fold. I mean, okay, he checks back. He bets big. He's quite aggressive. I'll just call here and let him bluff. Turn is not that great because he has all the combos of 7-8 when opening, but it's just for combos actually. And I'm also blocking 10-9, which is fine. Here with 9-8 probably just check back and bluff the river, which is fine. Or I think on this 9 against him I will even value bet the river. And I check here, and yeah, maybe he bluffs. Here bluffs would be 3-4, 3-6, 4-6, some ace highs. I think here I have to call against an aggressive opponent. Okay, and here against an aggressive opponent I will just call and beat his ace queen. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because your vacation was short. Yeah, just 5 days. Yeah, I remember. Like, the time flies so fast. The time flies so fast. So I did not even realize that you are back in Bangkok. Here 6-5. Yeah, probably if the small blind is not rebetting enough, it's okay to open. Yeah, we get punished right away. Jack Jack deuce, I think range betting is fine. I think here I will bet ace, maybe ace 10 plus for value. I mean, we could also split and have like 1/3 sizings, but I prefer to just check and value bet the river. Hands that can call are king queen and queen 10 that were sticky on the flop, so yeah, we're just gonna value bet this one, even though I expect a big overfold. Three is not the greatest turns, but knowing that I'm checking range here on this board, I think I can have an overbet size here. Some tricks in his range will still bet, so the tree is not so impactful as it seems. Here I will, like this board, I will play based on my opponent. Against some of them I will split, against some of them I will range bet. Against the weak tight leg I will just range bet for a quarter. And now I think that my hand, I will just transform my hand into a triple barrel bluff. I'm blocking ace jack of hearts, king 10 of hearts, and I'm blocking king jack, which is a straight, which we'll call here pretty often, so I think that triple barreling this one is fine. 10 on the river is not that bad because it reduces its combo of 10s, and ace 10 is just like 2 combos. Five to 3 ace king, I think it could even be a value bet against some players. Yeah, I'll just check back. Yeah, still on the turn, we just check back, looking to realize our equity. And on the ace we'll just bet here. He also has a bunch of ace x that we'll call here. Okay, probably he misclicked limps here. So we're just gonna take a flop. He quickly bets. He might be just range betting, so we just raise this one, looking to continue on certain runouts. Again, this guy will just range bet this one. He snap checks. Checking back. He still beat some missed flushes. Okay, 5 deuce. This one I'm going to call. He can be pretty aggressive and put pressure on my range in a lot of spots, so we'll just call. He can have a hand like king 5 or king 6, ace 6, a bunch of bluffs. Of course I will not. Oh my god. So he calls the flop, then raises. Like, what bluffs can he have here? I'm blocking some pocket jacks. Now he has no longer pocket 3s. I don't think he's raising ace 3 here. I think against him, because he can go super crazy, I will just call here, blocking pocket 9s. Nice. Three quarters for check here. I think the 3 is a card which I will be check raised quite often on. So I will check back, especially that I'm blocking his pocket 8s and pocket 9s fold on the turn, and now we make the straight and we just go for the raise against the small size. And he just calls with ace jack. That's nice. Six five going to call in position, no problem, and check fold the flop. Against a squeeze with a fishing warbler, I'll just call, and especially that the squeeze is not that big and I'm also having some dynamics with this guy. So it would be interesting to play some hands against him, but yeah, I mean, this board, nothing I can do, to be honest. Yeah, just fold. Three bets, just going to go for the 4-bet here with king queen off, blocking his jamming range like kings and queens. Snap 4 bet, it's probably a strong range, but still, yeah. We just jam because he can call jacks and ace king here, so we just jam. Snap called. Pocket kings, no problem. I think this is one of my nutted bluff combos here. Blocking king jack, pocket jack, ace queen. I mean, if I go check raise bet all in on brick runouts, he should fold ace king and aces by the river. Yeah, and this king, it's totally a disaster. So probably, yeah, check and evaluating here. Here king jack suited, we go for the cold 4-bet against the small blind. He bets half pot, so not sure what this range is, but I think with my hand I still have to call. Here I will use 1/3 or checks. I think checking makes sense here. Betting 1/3 makes sense with my hand. We can still get called by pocket tens. Even ace king can call here. Here I will bet probably ace jack plus and king jack, just put it in my check back range. Yeah, against this bet we just called. I'm happy that he did not jam. Exploitatively going small here, I think it's fine. We still get value from some ace highs like ace jack, king jack, and we just deny some equity. Okay, good to take into consideration. Thanks for saying me. So I'll just pay attention to him, because in that hand that I played against him when he bluffed me, I think his sizing like the sizings that he chose were weird. So I think that it's yeah, it makes sense that he's a bot. So thanks for saying me. I will pay more attention to this. Also, I should report him. Here on this flop, I'll play overbet or check, and pocket jacks can easily overbet. We unblock his queen x calls. Ace 10 9 can get there, but I still think that pocket jacks it's a bet here. Even if he will check raise the turn, I can still call a bet. We go, the sizing on a completing turn will be like 3/4 most of the time after we overbet the flop. He can still call queen jack and like king 10 and queen 10. And on the river is the question. I think I have to ask myself who is my opponent, and I think he will have plenty of queen 10 maybe in his range, maybe king x diamonds. I think I'll just go for the overbet size here against him, looking to get called by a queen, maybe by a king, by a straight always. If he jams, it's gonna be quite bad, and I think I will let it go here if he jams, because he's basically never bluffing. But yeah, like, more to take into consideration. He calls, that's cool. He beat king 10. Okay, so this guy is a bot, so let's see how he plays against min open. Will just call here 3/4. Seems close, but probably just gonna lay it down right away. Mm, 10-6, I will go for the squeeze here. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I think you are asking the guy who typed in the chat that guy is the bot. So I don't know how they catch the bots, but probably they have some similar stats, or yeah, I don't know exactly. But they should ban him for sure. I should make a report. Let's 3-bet the bot and see if we can squeeze some value out of him. Of course, if he 4-bets, we fold, but yeah, he plays pretty high VPAP, so against such a player with this high VPAP, I will 3-bet, I think, even pocket sevens, to be honest. I think I will 3-bet at some point. The deeper we are, the more we wanna increase our 3-bet size in position. Out of position is not that important, because out of position it's much tougher to play and we don't have the positional advantage. Here we get 4-bet. Let's see. Okay, he plays decent stats pre-flop, so I think theoretically this is a call. He's sizing like 3 point something x, like which makes sense when we are this deep. So let's make this call. Deuce 3-3 rainbow. I think he should go something like half pot or check. Here I think with ace jack of diamonds I will just go for the raise, basically. Putting pressure on some, yeah, ace queen, even ace king. Yeah, nice. I mean, if someone is not fighting back enough with ace king, ace queen in those spots, it's fine to just raise some of our hands, especially with good blockers, and blocking pocket aces. I think it's important. Okay, he leads for half pot. No, so this year I just grinded for rakeback, so I have something like maybe -2, like playing 4 tables, like a lot of hours a day. But I will but from now on I will mainly play 2 tables, occasionally 4 tables, but I plan to play more like 2 tables and play more focused, and see if it's possible to beat the games, and how, yeah, I basically in the next months I will just focus on studying more and trying to beat the games pre-rakeback, of course. overbet or check here. I will overbet king queen plus. Seems like we are just showdowning this. Range betting here, totally fine. He raises on this flop, we just fold. Here is going to be interesting. Okay. 5-4, not bad, not bad. To be honest, with 5-4, I think I can start bluffing here because I can fold out pocket tens, pocket jacks. They will have some ace high seats, true, but I think most of the range will be something like some underpairs to the ace that I'm folding by the river. But yeah, the turn river would have been perfect for my bluffs. Ace 5-4, I think I will check at a decent frequency. Yeah, that guy is like, I think he's on a hot run probably. So I think he's running hot at the moment, but the win rate in Russian cash, I think you need at least 500k hands, which is like probably 4 or 5 months of play, depending on how much you play. Maybe 3 months, but yeah, you really need a lot of like a big enough sample to know. Here, never gonna fold like the king high flush, and yeah, we are lucky with the flushes, it seems. And on this river, he checks back. Probably just going to just value bet myself here. He will never fold an ace, and on the river I'll just overbet. He can, yeah, and we just fold against the gem. Here with king high flush, I will just should I go to X spot? Yeah, I'll just go to X spot here. I'm picking this size because as played, I think my size can look weird and he might just end up calling in this spot. even though maybe like a big bet or an overbet is more appropriate. Yeah, just try some stuff, because some of the regs will just get like suspicious when I'm using like a 2x pot size, and they will just click call with a queen high flush or stuff like this. I mean, the problem with the win rates here is that most of the regs are just reg back grinding. I mean, I know just maybe 2 regs that are winning pre-reg back, and even so, like in the last year, like the win rate of one of them just got lower. Like the games got a bit tougher, so most of the regs are just reg back grinding. So yeah, because the reg is too high. I mean, when for example, because I'm playing a more aggressive style, and okay, because I'm playing a more aggressive style, I'm paying like 12 BB per 100 in rake, which is insane. It's completely insane. So I think that, yeah, most of the regs we are rake grinding, but I will try to have a win rate in the next months and see how it goes. And you're saying about Nas Gebiet and his like his run at the moment. I mean, for a short time you can run pretty good. I mean, I think, yeah, I had the best month was like in April this year, when I beat the games like at probably 6 or 7 BBs per 100 for 100k hands. So it was like pretty insane. So huge upswing, but still, like, it's just an upswing. I mean, the variance is so high in these games that, yeah, 1 month is nothing. Like, you need at least like 6 months of play probably to know where you are at. Okay, bets off pot. He quickly calls. He's gonna raise this one. Not sure how good this is, but he could just be range betting. He has a bunch of like pocket sevens, pocket eights, pocket deuces, pocket fours that can call. So yeah, and I don't think my hand plays so good when I just call. So I prefer either raising the flop or folding. Against the 3-bet, Jack 10 suited will call in position against strong rag. Nice. Will basically call the flop, and if he barrels on a brick, I will jam the turn. He checks. To be honest, I like to stab this one, but when I'm stabbing, I prefer to use a half pot size on these king high boards. Nice, he folds. Exploitatively betting 1/3 here, letting him continue wider, letting him continue with a jack, with a 7, and then just bluffing the river. Deep will just go half pot here. Quite wide 3-bet, but I don't mind playing like out of position. 10-9, he has high VPIP for this hand, so we're just going for the 3-bet with 10-9 suited. Nice to get raised here, so we are just going to call here against what seems to be a recreational, I would say. Just gonna go and value bet, and here we just call. River is a complete brick, and we're just going to shove when he bets, or let's hope he shoves himself with 5-4. Just gonna pick like this sizing. I think his range might be some traps and some maybe king, queen, king, 9, even though I'm blocking those, but I still have to bet my hand. Not sure about the size though. Just pick a half pot sizing here. Let him jam with a hand like, yeah, with like 4x, because if I'm betting big or over betting here, we're just gonna call with a 4. just gonna try to fold some ace highs and some 3x maybe. I'll also put a hand like queen 6, queen 7 in this line. Okay, he calls ace high, no problem. Ace king. Don't mind. But he's a weak tight reg, so I don't mind bluffing my hand on the turn and on the river, because I expect an overfold from him. This time he called ace king, but most of the time he will fold all the others worse ace highs. And when I am sure that he will overcall that line, I will just start to pick bigger sizings with my thin value. So I will bet thinner for value against him. Just gonna value bet myself. He can still call ace king, ace 3, ace 4, ace deuce that we beat, so I think it's fine. Ace, yeah, like king x, ace 7, ace 6. I think that this board I will start with a high frequency check. Nice turn. I think I wanna bet on this one. If I have ace jack and king jack, which size do I wanna use? I think the big size it's fine. Betting small does not make too much sense. He calls. We make the straight. He still has some ace jack and king jack that can call here. I don't think he will bluff raise me too often. So I'm just going for the value bet. Here this deep against 3x 4 bet. I still think I'm going to call this one. We can also have a post flop edge against him, so it's fine. He goes small, we'll call here. Nice turn. I think river raises. Okay, here I will just jam because he can call kings, ace king, aces with a club, and pocket queens. And here on the right table, here the problem is that his size is kind of big. So does he ever check raises this huge with a flush? And which flushes does he have? He has ace king, ace queen, and maybe ace 10. So he has 3 combos of flushes in this spot, and bluffs will be something like pocket 9s with a club, which is like 2 combos, and maybe pocket 10s with a club, which is like 3 combos, so 5 combos of bluffs, I would say. Pocket 7s with a club, probably never raising. Yeah, like... Yeah, but he's still weak tight, so... I'll just fold this one. Yeah, not sure. I mean, he calls a big turn bet, and then yeah. I mean, even though he might have some bluffs there, I think people will hardly find bluffs. Like 9's the club, yeah. It's interesting there. Here on the king I will just double barrel as a bluff. Could also have some overbets. I will still bluff my hand here with a 1/3 size. He can still fold like ace, maybe queen jack. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a good bluff. Yeah, we just fold. Yeah, I could check this one, and then if he checks back and the river is a brick, I will just jam. I think it's fine. Against a small step I can also check call. Yeah, like against this step probably check calling. Let's go just crazy against the bot. I mean, he's opening close. I think any two. Like when he has 61% of like attempts to steal, he has any two. So I will just 3-bet any two against him because his range is too weak. C-betting here, continuing on a king, on a queen. I think it's fine to continue. Half pot with a big part of my range. He will still call nines, jacks. Last hands, and I will close the stream. I need to leave to play some football. Okay, snap open, good sign, it means that he might have a strong hand. 3-betting, okay, fold. Okay guys.